For days, the battle has occurred on the streets of Los Angeles, as well as other American cities that have seen an uptick in protests against the Trump administration. The battle has also occurred on social media, with a war of words between the president of the United States and the governor of California. On Thursday, the battle heads to court. In a San Francisco federal courtroom Thursday, the fundamental question before the judge is, does President Trump have the authority to use the National Guard, as well as the Marines, for law enforcement operations? The state of California doesn't think so. Writing in the lawsuit, quote, the Constitution grants the states, not the federal executive, the authority to conduct ordinary law enforcement activities and to determine how their own state laws should be enforced. Adding, the authority to use the military domestically for civil law enforcement is reserved for dire, narrow circumstances, none of which is present here. The White House, of course, disagrees. The president has every right under the Constitution and by statute to call forth the National Guard and Marines to quell lawless violence directed against enforcement of federal law. The government's response also reads, neither the National Guard nor the Marines are engaged in law enforcement. Rather, they are protecting law enforcement. The president believes his decision to send in the National Guard has saved lives and property. Writing on Truth Social, if our troops didn't go into Los Angeles, it would be burning to the ground right now, just like so much of their housing burned to the ground. One thing that is unclear is how quickly will the judge take to issue a ruling? Judge Charles Breyer, a 1997 Clinton appointee, is overseeing the case, which is sure to impact presidential power and perhaps presidential responses to protests for years to come. Local and state officials in California have repeatedly said that they believe this episode in L.A. is a test case for the rest of the country. Joe St. George, Scripps News Group, Washington.